Hello, friend. Welcome back to Couch Tales. Okay, picture this. You wake up and boom, you're in a psychiatric hospital. No, not like a horror movie. No eerie violin music in the background. But also, what now? What do you do? What can you do? And let's be real, what are people really doing in there? Lisa sat in group therapy like she was auditioning for America's Next Top Skeptic, freaking out over which brand of peanut butter to buy. I'm about to take you on a wild ride through the top 5 things you can do as a patient in a psychiatric hospital. Some of them might surprise you, some might make you laugh, and some, well, let's just say you won't believe number 5. Stick around until the end because I've got a bonus tip that might just change the way you think about mental health care forever. So let's set the scene. You're in the psychiatric hospital, not in a straitjacket. Seriously, that's just movie nonsense. No flickering light bulbs or creepy doctors lurking in the halls. Nope, you're in a regular hospital setting, probably wearing socks with the little rubber grips on the bottom. Why do they always give those out? Okay, the question is, what do you do now? Let's break it down. The top 5 things you can do in a psychiatric hospital. Group therapy, also known as the Breakfast Club. But real life? Ah, yes, group therapy. If you thought spilling your feelings to one therapist was awkward, wait until you do it with 10 other people staring at you. Let me tell you about Lisa, an actual person who I met when I visited a hospital years ago for a psychology study. Yes, I survived. Lisa sat in group therapy like she was auditioning for America's Next Top Skeptic. Arms crossed, silent, until someone mentioned having a panic attack at the grocery store. Suddenly, Lisa was in. "Oh my God, same," she blurted out, launching into a story about how she once abandoned a cart full of groceries after freaking out over which brand of peanut butter to buy. And just like that, the ice was broken. Why it matters. You realize you're not alone. Other people get it. Sometimes hearing your struggles coming from someone else's mouth makes it easy to handle. And let's be real. Sometimes you get that one guy in group who overshares, and suddenly you're bonding all over the fact that nobody needed to know about his ex-wife's parrot. Number 2, the art of the snack hunt. Here's a secret. The best thing to do in a psychiatric facility is to find the snacks. Every hospital has that one secret stash of graham crackers, peanut butter cups, or those little cups of ice cream that somehow taste like happiness. And let me tell you, when you're dealing with life stuff, a graham cracker hits different. Meet James. James had one mission every day: snack domination. He knew exactly when the nurses restocked the snack room. He would predict down to the minute when the Jell-O would arrive. He was a snack ninja, and honestly, he was thriving. Why it works? Comfort food equals instant mood booster. It gives you something to look forward to. Sometimes joy is just finding that last pudding cup before Kevin does. Number 3, journaling. Yes, even if you hate writing. Now, I know what you're thinking. I am not one of those people who use journals. Well, guess what? Neither was Samantha. She was anti-journaling until she realized she could just write a rant about how much she hated journaling. And suddenly, she had a lot to say. Turns out once she started, she couldn't stop. She wrote about her roommate's weird sleeping habits, the nurse who always hummed Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and how she had a deeply personal crisis over whether she preferred blue Jell-O or red Jell-O. And guess what? She felt better. Why it matters? Writing forces you to process emotions. You start noticing patterns in your thoughts. It gives you something to look back on and say, wow, I survived that. So if you ever find yourself in a psychiatric hospital or just stressed out of your mind, grab a notebook. Even if all you write is, "This sucks." Because hey, at least it's honest. And number 4, the great board game rivalry. Let me tell you about Dave and the Uno incident of 2019. Dave was chill, super calm, until Uno came out. Then suddenly, Dave turned into a strategic mastermind who would destroy you with a draw. See, hospital staff always encourage games. Why? because competition wakes up your brain. Suddenly you're thinking, engaging, feeling alive again. Why it matters? Well, it helps with boredom, which is very real in hospitals. It connects you with people in a low-pressure way, and it gives you something to do besides staring at the wall contemplating existence. Dave may have ruined friendships over Uno, but he also started talking to people, and that's kind of the whole point. And number 5, the unspoken bond with the night staff. Here's the real psychiatric hospital experience. The night shift nurses are the real MVPs. They see you at your lowest and somehow still crack jokes. They will absolutely let you stay up too late if you're having a crisis. They have seen it all and nothing surprises them. One patient I met, Maya, swore she was never going to talk to anyone. Then one night at 3 a.m., she had a full-blown life talk with the nurse at the front desk. They talked about life, love, and neither of them understood why people like pineapple on their pizza. And guess what? That one random conversation helped Maya open up in therapy the next day. Why it matters. Sometimes the best conversations happen when you least expect them. Talking to someone, even just for small talk, makes a difference. Connection is healing, even if it's over pineapple pizza debates. Just a quick reality check. This is not professional advice, just some good old psychology life experience, so take what resonates with you and leave the rest. But if you find yourself in a psychiatric hospital, now you know there's more to it than just sitting around. Therapy, snacks, late night life talks, it's all part of the journey. All right, that's it for today's episode of Couch Tales, Why We Do What We Do. If you like this episode, hit the subscribe button firmly and share it with a friend. Now that you know what really happens in psychiatric hospitals, there's one thing that could change everything, the unspoken strategy that helps people heal faster and feel way better. It's something almost no one talks about, but in the next episode, I'm breaking it down step by step. Click here to listen. Until next time, friend, stay curious, stay kind, and always know where the snack stash is.